Saturday night. I am done with work. Let's have a glass of wine and unpack some books. Hello, this is the Grape Jelly Library. My name is Flo, and I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. You know what we haven't done in a while? Table topics. Let's do a table topic. It's always fun to hear your answers, so feel free to comment below. Okay, we're going to go in the middle. Okay, what's your favorite quotation? Okay, I could do that. I could do that. I live my life according to this. I stumbled upon it one day, and that was it for me. Solid gold. It is a quote by John Cougar Mellencamp. He probably goes by John Mellencamp now, but I'll never get the Johnny Cougar out of my mind because I'm old. Now, he had said a few years ago, I do not know how old he is, but I printed that out. I printed his quote out, and I carry it with me in my agenda. I'm going to get it as proof. I am back and I have my agenda. So, right here in the front, so I will never forget, I have the quote that my pretend boyfriend said. Not to me, just, to the general audience out there. I'm 65 years old. I can see the finish line from here. I only have so many summers left, and I intend not to waste them being old. That is my mantra. I love that so much. So much. Let us get into these books so I can tell you. So I can show you what we chose. Now, I'm just going to put my glasses on for 1 minute. This is a rambly video, but that's okay. I have time. I have a lot of time to spend with you today. It is hot out there. I'm not going, well, it wasn't. It was cold, but now it's hot, and I'm not going out there. I might go sit on the front porch in the rocking chair with my glass of wine and listen to some birds chirping and, get into a book. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But right now, I want to show you the books that I bought at my local library's annual book tent sale. It's the 47th annual book tent sale to be exact. And typically I am good for 3 visits there. I do not know. Yeah, I was going to say, I do not know if I will be doing that this year because I do have an abundance of books that I do need to get through. But, they're priced at $3 and $5. How can you beat that, right? You can't. So I think I have Tuesday and Thursday off. So, I might pay another visit to it. Yeah, it wouldn't be typical of me if I didn't. So, I fib to you. I'm going. All right. So this is going to be a long video. And you know what? I try to typically keep them zoned in, but I'm not going to do that today. Today, it's going to be what it's going to be. I brought my tote, and I brought another tote. So we have 2 totes of books. Let's see what we have. I have to clear some space here so that I can set my books. Okay. Now, I will not be able to see a thing, a gosh darn thing with them. So we have to remove them. All right. Now, I read my first Agatha Christie book this year, this past October, and it was called Halloween Party, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I can honestly say that I am not a 2-time book reader, but I would definitely read that book every year. Definitely read it every Halloween. I loved it so much. So fun. This one is Agatha Christie, The Killings at Kingfisher Hill. And bonus, I am getting older, and I will tell you, I didn't record any footage of the shoppers because I don't know. I just didn't want to bore you with that. You know, you've seen one shopper, you've seen them all. So I just did not want to do that. Plus, I wanted to focus on the books um, because I do have a hard time seeing, and I did have my glasses on, and I'm at the point where I need bifocals. So I'm like taking the glasses off, putting the glasses on so I can see. But to my benefit, this one is in large print. So yeah, we do appreciate that. And there is no shame in growing. All right, we do what we have to do. This one is Joyce Carol Oates. We were the Mulvaneys. Um, you know, I was reading Mud Woman by Joyce Carol Oates, and I thought I was going to love it, and I didn't. I had to DNF it. I had to. Maybe I'll pick it up down the road, but it definitely did not hold my attention. So, being that's the only Joyce Carol Oates book that I have attempted to read, I thought, I'll give this one a go. And if I'm liking it, then, maybe I can talk myself back into a bowl of grapes and um, a revisitation of Joyce Carol Oates's Mud Woman. The Mulvaneys are blessed by all that makes life sweet: a hard-working father, a loving mother, three fine sons, and a bright, pretty daughter. They are confident in their love for each other and their position in the rural community of Mount Ephraim, New York. But something happens on Valentine's Day, 1976, an incident that is hushed up in the town and never spoken of in the Mulvaney home. So, you know what? I love the 70s, anything set in the 70s, and I am liking the vibe or the direction that this book is taking us. So I probably will like this one. All right. I apologize. I can't help it. I throw my books. I will tell you this, friends. These two book bags are proof that I will read just about anything. Light on Yoga, BKS Iyengar. Um, so I have a lot of books on yoga, but I do not practice yoga. Um, I'm beginning to think that I'm trying to send myself a message. I'm just not taking the hint. So, yeah, why I buy all these yoga books, I don't practice yoga. I would love to. I think now that I have slowed down in life, um, you know, I welcome the peace, the tranquility, the calm. Okay, how about this one? The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia. Journals. Published in their entirety. Did you just hear that? For the first time, Sylvia Plath's journals provide an intimate portrait of the writer who was to produce in the last 7 months of her life some of the most extraordinary poems of the 20th century, faithfully transcribed by the 23 journals and journal fragments owned by Smith College. The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath includes two journals that Plath's husband, Ted Hughes, unsealed just before his death in 1998. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to be a gem of a book. This one, I do not know if I have. I don't know. I think I do. I think I do. I had a buddy and he worked for this deli down the way from where I worked, and he would visit me at work, and I would always say, "What are you reading, Tom? What you reading?" And then he would tell me, and then I would go get that book, and then I would read it 9 out of 10 times because I value his opinion and suggestions. And even though he doesn't come forth with them, I have to pry them out of him. Not really pry them, but I always have to be the one to ask. He told me at one point he was reading Water for Elephants by Sara Gruen, and I wanted to, he said it was phenomenal. I wanted to read it. I just never did. Um, I do think that I would have ran out and got the book, and it probably just sat on a shelf, but not being sure if I have this or not. For $5, I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to rebuy it. It is in like excellent condition. So, All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. I don't know if I have this one either. I'm working on getting my book life situation situated. But until then, bear with me because I really don't know if I have this one. It looks very, very familiar, and this title sounds like something I would have picked up along the line. Greenwood, All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. Um, A beautiful and provocative love story between two unlikely people and the hard won relationship that elevates them above the Midwestern meth lab backdrop of their lives. All the ugly and wonderful things challenges all we know and believe about the human heart. Okay, so guess what? We are done. We completed that bag. Okay, so this one, we don't have as many jammed in there, but nonetheless, we have a decent amount. Lucy Diamond, On a Beautiful Day. Life can change in a heartbeat. Lord, do I know that. I've had my fair share of traumas, debilitating, bring you to your knees trauma. I am well aware that life can change in a day, and I am the biggest fan of A Beautiful Day, not the book, the actual who doesn't want a beautiful day? Maybe I will read On a Beautiful Day on a beautiful day. They're all beautiful days. Every day the Lord gives us is a beautiful day. Oh, this one makes me smile. You know what? I did one of these. I was perusing the books, and my eye, honest to God, just like went to the left and a little behind me, and I was like, oh, Goldie, my Goldie. I turned my head because I have to get the book. Oh, you do not know how happy this book makes me. It is in great condition. Great. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Now, I will tell you it's jewelry. Here's my copy. Here's my copy of Goldie. Oh goodness. Now, I will tell you what happened. I in the summertime I like to float on a raft with a glass of wine and a book, or I like to hang out on the railings with my glass of wine on the pool railing and do some calisthenics while I read. But this particular day, I was on a raft, and I always push that envelope. I thought, let me get off this raft with my wine glass and my book, and I'll just scoot off this raft, and everything is just going to be like okey doke. But that wasn't the case. I slipped in a bad way, and I went right under, held the glass up, but the book went slightly under the water. And, you know, typically the OCD in me would say, it's garbage, throw it out, throw it out. But I just couldn't. I loved the book, this one, so much. I have thrown books out that have, you know, seen the dunk tank. But this one I couldn't. I loved it so much. I thought there's beauty in imperfection. So I'm going to keep this one. I did get this one for $5. It's practically brand new. All right. Let's see, we don't have too many books left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Jen Hatmaker of Mess and Moxie, wrangling delight out of this wild and glorious life. Doesn't that sound wonderful? I love a bunch of educated women who know how to have fun. Believes backbone is the birthright of every woman. Women have been demonstrating resiliency and resolve since forever. They have incredibly strong shoulders to bear loss, hope, grief, and vision. She laughs at the days to come, is how the ancient wisdom writings put it. But somehow women have gotten the message that pain and failure mean they must be doing things wrong, that they messed up the rules or tricks for a seamless life. As it turns out, every last woman faces confusion and loss, missteps, and catastrophic malfunctions. No matter how much she is doing right, struggle doesn't mean she's weak. It means she's alive. So I'm going to see what these women can bring to my table. All right. We were the lucky ones, Georgia Hunter. It will leave you breathless, a brave and mesmerizing debut, Paula McLean. Okay, in the spring of 1939, and three generations of the Kirk family are doing their best to live normal lives, even as the shadow of war grows closer. The talk around the family Seder table is of new babies and budding romance, not of the increasing hardships threatening Jews in their hometown of Radom, Poland. But soon the horrors overtaking Europe will become inescapable, and the Kirks will be flung to the far corners of the world, each desperately trying to navigate his or her own path to safety. All right, that is going to be a heavy read, but I do go there. What do we got? Middlesex, Jeffrey Eugenides. All right. Middlesex tells the breathtaking story of Calliope, Stephanides, and three generations of the Greek American Stephanides family. We travel from a tiny village overlooking Mount Olympus in Asia Minor to Prohibition era Detroit, witnessing its glory days as the Motor City and the race riots of 1967 before they move out to the tree lined streets of suburban Grassy Point, Michigan. To understand why Calliope is not like other girls, she has to uncover a guilty family secret and the astonishing genetic history that turns Callie into Cal, one of the most audacious and wondrous narrators in contemporary fiction. Lyrical and thrilling, Middlesex is an exhilarating reinvention of the American epic. Okay, so it seems like there's always family secrets to be revealed. There's always some tea to be spilled. Um, let's see. Let's see what we have. Lily of the Valley, Susan Strempek Shea, like this. It's Lily Wilk always knew she was destined to be an artist ever since she pulled a drawing kit from a grab bag on her 10th birthday. Now Lily's work is always in demand around her small Massachusetts town where she makes her living painting fire hydrants, lettering diplomas, and applying gulls and boys to restaurant bathroom doors. But when supermarket heiress Mary Ziemba commissions her to paint a family portrait, Lily senses her lifelong dream of creating a memorable masterpiece is finally within her grasp. What she discovers, however, is that dreams often take their own unexpected twists, and with each small and gentle brushstroke she applies to Mary Ziemba's painting, Lily learns more than she ever imagined about the meaning of friendship, family, and love. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get to this one too soon, as it's not typically something that I would read. It made it into the bag, and I'm just going to say, don't judge a book by its cover. Although I always do. Many is the time I bought a book with a beautiful cover, and the story, not so much. But I don't know. We'll find out about this one. Look how gorge! Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. I think this past December I did buy a Barnes and Noble edition of Pride and Prejudice. I have not read anything. Um, I'm not big on reading the classics. Not that I wouldn't enjoy them. It's just that I guess I don't gravitate towards them, but I gravitated towards the aesthetics of this book, and I think it's time I find out. I don't know. Something in me says these are January reads where, there's snow on the ground and smoke coming out the chimneys, and, um, you know, it's just frosty and cold outside and indoors, cuddled up with your favorite warm beverage, hot toddy, is a better place to be with a book, something like this. So that's probably when I will get to that. That is all the books that I bought. All of those books, guess what I paid? $29. $29 for about 13 or 14 books. You can't beat that. I hope that I didn't bore you too much. I look forward to spending more time with you. And, I have been reading my books like a banshee, and I've completed a couple of them, but I'm going to pause them so that I can do a week-long kind of vloggy video type of the books that I bought from the book sale. Since it only comes once a year, I might as well take advantage of it. Maybe next time I'll get to filming, probably when I go down on Tuesday morning, I'll do some filming for, those of you who are curious how they set it up. Until we meet again, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your dreams come true.